Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Lionel, and I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is season 8 or 9, episode 6, I think. I'm losing track. I have to do so many shows in a week. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. Of course, that's what I signed up to do, so what am I crying over? Thank you all for coming to this channel. I appreciate your support, and I will appreciate the like that you will give me for this video. I welcome all new subscribers. If you're in the bushes, come out, and let's just join in on the fun. And you can leave your comments below on how you feel. We can dialogue and all that good stuff. Oh, and now we can get into this episode. Okay, so this episode was chaotic in a bad way. Martell, after all you said, all we got is a verbal from you. And we're supposed to believe you. Everything you say is a fact. And it looks like you were going back to college days as far as what I was trying to make it out because y'all too busy trying to cuss, and you know cussing is going to blurt out stuff and we can't even hear what you all are saying. I don't understand. This scene was for nothing. However, I do believe, ooh, Martell, you said some things. I can't say it's not true. They were mean. But every content creator that reviews, well, many other content creators have said the same things about Marcel because y'all don't like him. And y'all say, now shout out to Giving You the Real Tea. Now, he's the only one that'll call Marcel his hubby. And that he's sister wives with Tisha. That's the one he wants to go after. Now, back in the day, look, Martell is a fine individual. He is. But the personality is just what's going to not make it work around here. I always thought that Maurice was the cutest of all the Scott brothers anyways. And I was so shocked that he is older than Marcel. Because Marcel looks older than Maurice. So it's like, you said some low things. But again, a lot of the content creators have also said that on here. I said, Lord. But I think you're mad because of how vain you are and how you think you look and how you carry yourself. You should be still with your wife. And you're mad at how you think of how ugly Marcel is, that he still gets to keep his wife. That's bad. But arrogance and narcissistic syndrome, or whatever you want to call it, syndrome, I don't know, behavior, will leave you alone. Not saying that Marcel is not either. But Tisha wants to stay by her. But for you to call him the bottom of the barrel, Lord, and Tisha, you just stuck by that. But you are that hurt that people are not believing your BS about the revenge piece. And you're saying, as you were talking with Destiny later on, that it's what did he say? I was not charged for that, and it's just mistake or what? I've been misrepresented. Whatever you said. Basically, you trying to say that it had nothing to do with RP, and sir, we done connected them dots, sir. I'm not gonna sit up here every week and sit up here and say, Martell, we know. Because it's so, you are a very exhausting individual. We know what you planned. It got out, sir. The only thing that is saving you is not a heart of a woman. It's that you didn't actually go through with it. Oh, there would have been a greater crime on you. You did threaten her to do that against her. That's the part of where you're getting harassing communications. You think you're off the hook because you did not actually do it, but you were going to do it. So it still speaks to your character, although you did not go through with it. And how you display, how you like to take people down because you hate to look awful and a menace to society, you will take anybody else down with you because you can't be in this boat alone. And you can't really take accountability for the man that you have molded yourself to be. I will say that I respect the restraint of the Scots 1.0. However, Marcel, ain't no way a man is going to be getting in my wife's face. I know you guys figured that Marcel is just trying to get a reaction. He wanted a fight. He wanted a fight. I'm glad you did not actually abide the bait. I really get that. I really understand that. Again, no way, no how is that man, that fool, gonna get in my wife's face and then say the things against my wife. You can say stuff against me, cool. Again, I could not make out what all Martel was trying to say as to all the sins of Marceau and then also Tisha. I don't know. And we'll never know and still don't care. Until you got something on paper, a receipt or something, I don't care. Nothing out of your mouth am I going to believe, sir. Let's move on. We move on to the Scott 1.0. Tisha, this is what I'm going to say to you. You now want Marceau to wear his wedding ring. You allowed him not to wear his wedding ring. And now he's not used to wearing it anymore. And he thinks it's a sign of obedience. Do I think Marceau thinks outside of the box? Yeah. He's not going to give you what you want. And you guys act like you don't care about what the image of people and about what people want to paint you as. Why? You said it allows people to disrespect you. Don't you know, with or without a wedding ring, people are going to disrespect y'all's marriage? There are folks that don't care that you're married, and they're going to try to get up in it. You can wear the wedding ring or not. Actually, the wedding ring is more exciting for a lot of individuals if they want to try to cheat with your spouse. They know that they don't have to really deal with the marriage part. They can smash, possibly get taken care of, and go on about their business. Y'all crazy. And also on the married part, some folks with the ring, without the ring, will still step out. So Tisha, at this point, and what you want is crazy. You should never let it go down in the first place. Marceau says that the friendship, he said that there's no coming back from it, blah, 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 blah. We got a lot of Scots this. Next, Busybody Mel, and I mean that, and Tisha, they meet up for a lunch. She says that she's doing follow-up with everybody that was on the trip. Are you going to call Stormy? Stormy quit. If I have not caught on already, she's done. You going to call her to follow up? They meet, and she says that she's following up as a good hostess would do. But you already asked the question before they left the night that y'all were leaving. How they felt about the trip. What follow-up do you need? That makes no sense. Like, be real about it. It's just like how you have manipulated your way, acting like you just being the good Samaritan with Kimmy last week about her health. That's what I'm concerned about. But it was just about the grilling of Maurice. Stop that fakeness. Ugh, that's what irritates me about you. Just say you mean. You know you got to do your job for the show. And you know you got to ask all the questions. Now, you were just being kind of very suggestive and very alluding to a lot of things. I'm with you as to how the behavior of Maurice and family was after he got arrested and got out. I'm with you on that. And Tisha even seen it. And Tisha was even honest in her confessional. The place where people can be two-faced at. Tisha was on your side on that. About the other stuff, what you were trying to allude about Maurice having pink lips, looking like that was some type of lipstick. And Tisha said, no, that's not. That's probably the alcohol. So I just did my investigation to just see what Maurice looks like. I saw the pink lips, but guess what? Maurice always has pink lips. Take a look at this photo. So, look, I don't know how makeup affects the next person when you're kissing or making out or whatever, but for it to be so perfectly aligned, it's not like no makeup got up here or nothing. No makeup is on his clothes, but lips. I don't know what's going on in the Scott 2.0 home. It looks like a lot of stuff that Kimmy's just not going to fight up against. Whether he's doing something right or wrong, I don't know. They're not going to talk about it. And then also, remember, Kimmy got an emotional support dog. This was back in like season 4. Y'all remember that? It's like, well, what do you need that for? Like there's been nothing to. What are you stressed out about, Kimmy? You don't share any of that, you know. So obviously something is going on in that house. Who knows? But anyways, that was a lot, lady, and you did too much. And I think you're going off of what you. I don't know. This is the first time I haven't really followed too much with people in the YouTube streets about the Maurice thing. A lot of people were in this "I gotcha" type of mode, so I didn't really want to hear it. And I was really turned off by any of it, anyways, because of how Maurice was treating his DUI. I don't care if the case was dismissed or all charges were dropped. I don't care. I really don't care. It's how you still behaved yourself, despite. But yeah. You were being a busybody and being crazy, and somehow you think that everyone needs to be on Front Street. So you want to be the villain, cool. Your fans gonna support you because that's all they've been saying, that they need to be outed. And Tisha said it correctly. You volunteered all your information. You volunteered it. The next scene is gonna be kind of a, is it bait and switch, if you want to call it? It's a flip-flop type of scene. Maurice and Chris, they get together. And then also Destiny and Martell, they get together. Chris is coming by Martell's home. He's building like this custom home. I guess there's a new shift in how houses are going to be made in the Huntsville area, where it's not so traditional and more, what was the word he used? It starts with a C. It's not custom. He said something else, but it's more modern home. I thought he said C, but still custom homes. Marceau, whether y'all hate it or not, he's going back to the original part of the show, showing business and all of that. That's what he says that he can forte in, and not marriage. Anyways, he was telling Chris his plans. Chris is moving his business to North Huntsville, his brokerage business and all that. He's hiring more people. It looks like Chris is about to take a step back and semi-retire and all that good stuff. And then they talk about the whole Marceau thing. And I mean, Marceau and Martell thing. It was too low, and there's no way that we can be friends. That friendship is dead. Marceau and Destiny, they sit down. Martell says that he's telling the truth and all that, and I just can't believe that he just went off the word of all these reports and I'm going to tell your truth. Da, 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 da. That's just like, I think you owe Tisha an apology. And he's like, look, I just went low, and I'm going to stay low. Basically, he don't give a F about what he did there. So, I mean, really all he's going to be filming with soon is just Destiny and Chris and them. Oh, did y'all see when Destiny walked off with Lance? I don't know how old Lance is. I don't know how old Destiny is. I know Destiny is older, but I think Lance has got to be reaching his 30s. And I think Destiny's in her 30s. I don't think she's in her 40s yet. I don't think so. Whatever. Anyways, I don't know if somebody had offered, but this is my thing. I don't think that Destiny deserves an apology. You opened this up. You knew how Martell felt about these folks. You know the character of Martell, and you allowed this man to spray this dude and his wife like that. So, no. You just need to take that on the chin. I don't care how offended you were and you left. No. Of course, it got out of hand. And that's courtesy of you in those questions. So, no. We move on to Mel and Trisha. They meet up because she's following up with people that were on the trip to get feedback. Mind you, Trisha was one of the ones that did not say goodbye. Trisha did explain herself, like she felt like it would, I want to say bye, but I don't know if I should say bye, after the uncomfortable conversation that happened about her and Martell and all that good stuff. I'm going to say this much. Now, Mel is trying to, let me say this first, and then I'll say what I need to say. Mel is trying, I understand you got to teach people how to treat you. You don't know her, and she don't know you in the slightest. She was just invited on a trip. She's been invited to group events and not really sat with you to do anything on a more personal level. You grilled her a lot and was trying to get to some truths, and you thought it would have been nice if she would have said, hey, some of this stuff was going on. There's talk and all this chatter about me and Martell and all that. But I just want to let you know that that's not what's going on. If you knew I was inviting you on this trip, I get that. I think that's honorable. Shout out to Tammy Roman and Evelyn Lozada. But there's been no personal time. It would be one thing if y'all were going out shopping like you did with Sonny, or you calling and all of that. Trisha's been in group scenes. Maybe y'all agree or don't agree. Again, it would have been cool if Trisha would have came up to her, but did she owe her? I don't know. I'm debating it, and y'all can say yes or no or whatever. But it's like, no, you haven't tried to spend any time with her. Y'all were asking questions around the group about Trisha. And again, you spent time with Sonny. Possibly. So it looks like, to me, Trisha wanted to escape without at least explanation to Mel. Even though she said that she didn't care, because we know that Martell is a hoe. So, but she does now, for whatever reason. Some people are like, well, you're not married to him, so why do you care? I think it is important for them to have the conversation, because I'm going to be around you. And look at the carfuckle that we had with Tammy and Evelyn. It was an epic time back in the early Basketball Wives era. But because they were sitting there chilling, getting all personal with her, and spending time, and Evelyn wouldn't open her mouth and say that she had been sleeping with her husband. And supposedly she didn't know that he was married. So I definitely get Tammy's frustration. It's just, to a certain extent, I don't get where Mel is coming from. Again, a conversation needed to happen now that we know Trisha's going to be on the cast and Trisha's going to be hanging around. And again, this is the first time that they actually have sat down personally. Trisha goes into when she actually came to the house. She still doesn't know when and all this stuff, because this was in 2020. Mel says, I left in April of 2020. When did you actually start going up there? She said she didn't know when, but it was chilly. Well, it could have been too chilly, because by August of 2020, he was gone. I said, Lord, I've been defending Trisha, but I don't know how to defend that. You done burnt your bridge. Now, I hate how Mel could be so, so it was this, so that, like, you don't know her. Why you gotta talk to people the way that you do? If y'all understand what I mean, it's just like, I'm trying to catch you in something, and also to get you to confess about something at the same time. But it's like, you don't know her. You don't try to get some type of rapport with her. It's just, let's get into the business and all that. Of course, we weren't there during the whole filming. We don't know what all's been talked about. I will give you that little credit. But it's just like, I don't know. It just seemed like the way that she wanted to come at Trisha was just like, okay, you act like you still married to this dude, and you trying to catch her up in her loss and stuff. Like, it was just a little distasteful in it. Again, I'm not against a conversation between Trisha and Mel. I just don't know if she was owed that during the trip. Trisha, you look bad because you did run out on the trip and didn't say nothing to Mel, but you felt comfortable about it. And it's just now you're explaining yourself. You didn't try, you probably couldn't get her number or whatever, but I would have tried to find some way to get in contact with her to see if you could talk, all that good stuff. But it does look bad on your part, Trisha. I don't know how to defend this. I still don't believe you two slept together. I think there were plans to do it, but it never happened. That's my opinion about it. That's all I got. Y'all let me know in the comments how y'all thought about this episode. Trisha, see, on some parts I agree with Tisha, some parts I don't. Some parts I agree with Mel, and some parts I don't. You know, it's just like, whatever. Martell, you are trash, and I shouldn't say this, but I am. I hope your children don't want anything to do with you. I shouldn't say this. I hope they grow up. I hope they're just like Britney's children on Salt Lake City. Don't want nothing to do with you. You are a piece of trash, and you refuse to grow and change and learn from what you have done to people. Pathetic. That's all I do have. Leave your comments below, like this video, and share. Until the next one, peace.